A wet and dreary day in our nation's capital as we join you from Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Today, longtime foes square off in the NFC East as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Washington Commanders.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Right to the air is Daniels. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 43, here's 2nd and a couple. Throwing now is Daniels. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Now Daniels. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 27-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up second and 1 at the 28-yard line.
Seven Pirates. 18 Rattlers. 60 Bobcats. Trap 60. 79 Broncos. Go.
Richardson. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hawk, Warriors 17. Cup 19. Buffalo 18. Panther 11.
Richardson looking to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll just get rid of it.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down.
60 Vikings.
They'll go for it. Here's Richardson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Cougar 19.
A first carry for Rashad White. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
19 tight. Ready.
To the air goes Daniels. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jahad Campbell came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
19, 18, Pioneers. Dragon 6, 19, Lions. Mustang 19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The point after through the raindrops, something good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
It's a gain of 6.
Now it's Richardson. But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. D.J. Johnson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
3rd down and 13.
Ready!
Now Richardson back to throw it. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Timberwolves.
Now, how about this? They'll change it at the line.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Ready, break.
After running it, now Richardson will throw it. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
19, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Here's Richardson to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
On the set.
3rd down and 6.
19 Lions. Let's go. 60 Maverick. 6. Cup 19. Cup 19. Warriors 70. Ready up.
Richardson looking to throw this. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And out of bounds right around the 20. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball. possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
60 Vikings, 60, go!
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 15-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Caleb Chason drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. The kick by Elliott is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
But what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Jahad Campbell. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Here's 3rd and 6.
Go! 18, 5, Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Daniels looking to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Smile Munden in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Returning it is Moore. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side, a little tired, and if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And Richardson completes a quick one out wide. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bronco 80. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Richardson going on 4th down. Got him in. It's Brown. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them. Because they're really outside of field goal range now, right? The opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
Now a 2nd and 6. Opting to run again here with White. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 39 yards. And the Commanders are able to widen their advantage. Moody good with the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Commanders 14. Eagles 3.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Second and 7.
Let's go now. Trap 60, trap 60. 70 Timberwolves. Buffalo 18. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Now Richardson. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Warriors 70.
In motion, Hill.
70. Cut 19. Cut 19.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Second and 10. Richardson going to change the play here.
60 Bison. Mustang 19.
They'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll make it third down.
And 10 yards to go.
Okay, break.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Again, he'll drop to throw. That one is caught. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Maverick, 60 Maverick. Get it. Viking, 18. 7 Pirates, 79, traffic, 60.
From the shotgun, Richardson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a third and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's second and 10.
Come on. Set. Cowboy 80. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Back to throw again. He's got Smith here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards. Now it's third and 5.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Good, set up. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Richardson out of the shotgun. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Here we go. Buffalo 8, Panther 60.
Again, it's Richardson. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Yeah, their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Ready, break.
Now it's second and 10.
Cup 19. Here we go, set. 19, 70 Lions. Chap 60, Chap 60. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Let's go.
Richardson looking to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Richardson. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. He connected on his first, this from 41. The kick by Elliott is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Throwing now is Daniels. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Richardson working from the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Cup 19! Cup 19! Red! 65, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers, trap 60, trap 60!
Now it's Richardson. As he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 19, 18, Robert, 60 Bobcat, 19.
And Richardson looks to throw once more. This short throw caught by Goddard. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's
60. Cougar, 7 Tigers, 7 top, 19 Lions, 79 Broncos.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
a gain of 12. First down, Eagles.
Bronco leading. Ready.
Up the middle with Barkley. To the 36-yard line. Stop there. Here's 2nd and 7.
60 Eagles, 60, nothing, 19.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Richardson back to throw it. It's caught. Smith. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
That's another.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
60 Eagles. 60 Vikings.
A first down carry for Barkley. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8.
Here we go, set. Cougar Knight, Panther Street, Panther Street. Cowboy.
Richardson going to move him around. And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Ready. Cowboy 80, Warrior 70.
Richardson looking to throw this. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
19.
Now they'll shift things around.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Go.
Here's Richardson to throw. The quick slant caught. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. Oh, they're changing this at the line. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective, because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving. But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
70 range. Ready? 70 Timberwolves. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Ready?
First down, here's White. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
16 yards.
The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Viking 18.
They keep it on the ground right again. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Back now here on EA Sports. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Here's Daniels. Got his man, and that's the rookie 4th-round pick. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Ready.
They'll run for it. This is White. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did.
The Commanders went for it, but they could not pick up the first.
And that will force a turnover on downs. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
We'll see if they can grab the lead. Either way, what a job their defense did to force the turnover on downs to set up this opportunity.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Richardson shotgun on third down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
The defense did their job. Fourth quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at him from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind.
Ready.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down.
60 Bison. Ready.
Back to throw. Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready, set. Cougar 19. Let's go.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches. They'll go to Barkley again. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Ready. 60 Eagles. Panther 60. Panther 60.
In motion goes the tight end.
Ridge. Nineteen Tiger. Ready.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Eagles have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead.
to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Over the middle, he's got Lane. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now Daniels. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. To the air goes Daniels. A short throw taken in by Conquer. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45.
They got the completion. Now, they probably had 2 plays called in the huddle, so they've got to get to the line of scrimmage, get set, and run their 4th down play.
Boy, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming. 4th and 3.
Here we go. Cowboy 80.
Daniels going to throw for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Cougar 19. Ready. Ready.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run first down. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Eagles, 60 Eagles.
First down.
70 Lions.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Mustang 19. Let's go.
Richardson looking to throw it. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready. Ready.
Here's a give to Barkley.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Okay, break.
Here is 3rd and 5.
18, 10, 19, Charger.
Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Ready?
This is 1st and 10. Daniels looking to throw. The Cockrell holds it in left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
It's a gain of 18. And the Washington first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready?
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Washington first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Here's 1st down.
Stop, come on, drag him, 6, 19, 70.
To throw is Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Ready, 18, 60, cup 19, cup 19.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only